What it do, what it do, what it do, you beautiful apes. How you doing out there in YouTube world and YouTube land, right? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy D. This is D's Daily D, where we do our due diligence, right? Right now, we got AMC kind of trying to push above 15. We know that they're trying to push us down and keep us under 15 by tomorrow at close, all right, guys? But today, you know, we're just gonna talk about some things. We're not gonna spend too much time on the charts or the news or anything like that, guys. I just want to give you my honest opinion, guys. I think that we are so close to this because we have been making all this noise for a long time, right? And literally today, Gary Gensler went on TV and he spoke about a lot of things that we have been bringing up, right? And then I had a question yesterday that I need to answer. A couple comments yesterday in the video that were asking me about the article and the details that I went over yesterday about the blockchain, you know, things that the SEC approved and they passed it on accelerated basis. And for my opinion, guys, it's gonna apply to all the stocks, okay? So let's jump into it, you know. Shout out to the new subscribers, guys. As always, you're welcome. And to the family, right? And we're gonna keep going and learning as we go through this. But you diamond-handed apes, I see you out there too. All right. So let's do this. All right. Let's switch it up. Okay. So you know, it was this long article I was talking about yesterday. So this piece right here, this part where it says, exchange proposes to adopt listing standards for certain equities, along with rules governing the trading of securities through a facility of the exchange known as BSTX. BSTX would operate a fully automated price time priority execution system. And I also think Gary touched on this today. And when I show you that interview, I'll show you what I'm talking about. For the trading of securities under the proposed rule, securities would be NMS stocks, as defined in Rule 600B54 that meet BSTX listing standards and that trade on the BSTX system. BSTX would serve as the listing market for the eligible companies and issuers of exchange traded products, right? So I was like, well, what is NMS stocks, right? So when I go over here, I just looked up to see what an NMS stock is, right here. So the national market system is the national system for trading equities in the United States. The system includes all the facilities and entities which are used by broker dealers to fulfill trade orders or securities. This includes major stock exchanges such as the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ, right? So to me, the blockchain thing applies to every stock, right? That's my understanding from it. Okay, cool. So real quick, guys, the price to me doesn't matter right now. It's battling $14.99. But I just want to show you these screenshots real quick. They're from yesterday. So in after hours yesterday, guys, I haven't seen an order like this in a long time, right? So at $15, you had an order of 108,000 on the buy side. Yeah, the price wasn't moving after hours yesterday, right? So, and I just haven't even seen an order that big in general in a while. But it was worth $1.6 million, okay? I calculated it. That's how much that single order was worth. And it didn't move the price. And then we have this too. So this is the short interest for the day, guys. 21.23%, right? 108 million shares on loan. And I know it's not the full data. I know it's delayed 2 days. I always just use it as a guide. But somebody pointed this out. If they only cover 25% of these real shares, the real ones, right? Just 25% of those, the price would be at least $100, right? And that's based on the calculations of the run up from June, because they only covered about 30% back then. And the price was like $12, right? And it went to 72. So right now it's at $15. So just like based on the same math, it would be at least $100. And that's not including the squeeze, right? That's just including 25% of those real shares that they own. Okay, now let's continue. Real quick. This is what I'm telling you guys. I think the government is working in the background. I think they're watching everything, guys. We keep getting confirmation and proof, right? So check this out. FoxBiz reports the Justice Department, right, the DOJ, is an investigation into short selling abuse has expanded up to 60 firms with focus on activist short selling, aka market manipulators, right? So just because they're not constantly updating us, right, it's not likely that they're gonna put out public information until the investigation is done. But now they have 60 firms that they're focusing on right now, right? So that's good for the apes. This other one, This is what Gary talks about right now, right? So 90 to 95% of trades are not going to the lit market. That's insane. As far as retail orders, okay? They go to a wholesaler, guys. They don't go to the New York Stock Exchange. He's on Bloomberg, and then this mother effer said 95% of trades are not going to the lit market. That is a confirmed rigged system, and the government is complicit to stealing from the American people of its country. Every lying piece of, is in the U.S. government. So that guy is obviously pissed. I'm pissed because that's why it makes sense why we can't move the line, right? So let's start off here. I'm just gonna play this. First question is about payment for order flow, right?
Banning it altogether. Where does that regulation stand? And at this point, do you still think that's possible to ban it altogether, or is it more likely we'll have full disclosure?
Well, again, what we're trying to do within our remit is help investors get a better deal on one side and companies raising money on the other side, a better deal, and drive greater transparency.
AMC's at 1506 right now. I like this little push.
So in the equity markets right now, if you place a market order,
retail market order, 90-95% don't go to the lit exchange.
New York Stock Exchange. They go to wholesalers.
They go to wholesalers.
And they don't have order by order competition. And part of that is because of what you just said, payment for order flow, which is, yes, it's banned in the UK.
It's banned in other countries and things like that, right?
Union through something called ESMA is looking at that right now.
He just said that they're looking at that right now. Watch. Check this out.
The European Union through something called ESMA.
Is looking at that right now.
So I think it's natural that we look to say, how do we drive greater competition and efficiency in this market?
Transparency, efficiency. That's what they're looking into right now.
The option, at least, of banning it altogether. And if so, when will you make a decision whether you'll do that or not?
Well, it would be a decision for the...
He can't make the decision alone, right?
We would put it out to notice.
He has to put it out for notice for the public.
From the public's view.
The public can weigh in, which of course we would.
Basically, a lot of our market right now is dark. It's not in the lit markets, David.
He's saying the market is going through the dark pools, the wholesalers, right? Because they're not reporting, and that's why they're changing the reporting on that, the 1 day.
Something called the minimum increment or tick size, or the national best bid, best offer.
National best offer.
Order rounding works. And yes, that includes not just payment for order flow, but possibly what's called exchange rebates. So
exchange rebates, right? The getting payments, and why Robinhood goes through Citadel all the time, right?
And the commission, if they supported it, would put it out to public comment.
Do you have an estimate or a guess?
Okay, I'm gonna fast forward it. I got the to 640 here.
It wouldn't matter or prejudge anything, but there was 4 matters of policy, not enforcement, but policy.
Policy, right?
Noted in the staff report. And one of them we're going to take up next week, actually.
Next week, they're having a meeting
about the plumbing of the stock market.
On the plumbing, right? That's the blockchain thing, guys. I pulled up yesterday.
And also last year, the retail public found that they were foreclosed from trading.
When they took away the buy button.
Nope, it was a fateful Friday, and they said you couldn't buy any more of this stock or that stock. So we're trying to address the plumbing. And
AMC, BlackBerry, GameStop.
We'll also, I think, hopefully...
they're addressing all the plumbing.
Digital engagement practices, what some people call gamification, and what to do there. And
so short sellers, you better watch that ass.
About the actual market structure itself.
Like TikTok.
There's 3 or 4 projects that we have here, and next week we're going to put our first proposal hopefully in front of the public,
guys.
Subject to my commission's
next week
approvals.
The agenda you laid out has to do with climate and disclosure.
Okay, let's go over. I think to 1020.
SEC asked for more detail, at least from subsidiaries on registration statements. But what about the move to possibly requiring disclosure in 10Ks? Where does that stand?
Let's go over here. I'm going to link, of course, this on Bloomberg and the YouTube. I'm going to put it down in the description if you want to watch the whole thing.
So, look, I look at it more broadly. We have an opportunity to make markets fairer to the American public.
We have an opportunity to make the market fair. He's saying that the market is not fair right now, guys, right? He's literally saying on live TV.
So we've got, it's all public. We have nearly 50 of these projects. And we sequence them when they're ready. When the staff has good thoughts, the economics, the law sorted out, and a commission weighs in, we have a little bit of compromise amongst our commissioners, and we put it out to comment. But I would hope this year, 2022, that we would put out many of these proposals. Hopefully, we'll even start to turn to finalizing some of them.
Finalizing, right? Which they are. They're starting to pass them because they started it last fall, right?
This is a multi-year project.
When did AMC start dropping like a knife, right? It was in November, right, in the fall, because they knew what was coming, right? That's how they prepared, right? They were just dumping. That way they could get apes out of the play, okay? Scare everybody, right? So that's what I want to point out, guys. Real quick for AMC, what you need to know for the day is that now they raised AMC Entertainment Holdings, the company, right, announced today that it upsized and priced its private offering to $950 million aggregate principal at an interest rate of 7.5%. The first lien secured note is due in 2029, guys, right? So there's absolutely no reason to sell your shares right now, right? Because they're going to be around at least until 2029, right? Like, well, just theoretically, because they just raised almost $1 billion, guys. It went up. So it was from 500 million, went up to 950 million, right? And then the interest rate used to be 10%, and now they got a 7.5%. The offering is expected to close on or around February 14th. So just that's something to look forward to. This is good news, guys. This is good for the company, right? I don't understand when well, I could expect to see like big whales and fundamental players start to come in the next few weeks and buy because it's so cheap right now, right? So they can see it as a fundamental play if they want to, but we know we're here for the short squeeze, right? But this is gonna bring some attention, I think, in the next few weeks. This is, like, AMC is the only stock that I know that gets goes down when you hear good news on it. Right, so let's just check the chart out real quick. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. It's back in this channel, okay? And this is the daily chart, right? So volume was 38 million, and we're seeing a lot of volatility right now, guys. It's jumping between 1487 and 1505, 1510, right? $15. Like, let's see what happens here after hours. But just for the day, we were down negative 3%, 3.7%. And like I said, not much to see here. Okay, I'm not really like here to talk about the chart today. I was more pointing out like what's going on in the background. Like I said, I care about that more right now. And I think that's more important than the games that they play with the charts, right? So yeah, I mean, it's barely holding on right there, but on the daily, it's back inside of it. Okay, cool. So last thing, why they're trying to hold us at $15, guys, and it's super glitchy right now. It's changing. The price is changing like crazy there. Let's see what Yahoo says that it closed at. This says at 1485. And again, they were trying to get these calls out of the money because that's the biggest chunk right there, right? And this is why we got rejected at 18. Okay, so the other thing is the what's it called? The Stonko tracker was super glitchy. It went from 10 million shares to like 3 million shares to 4 million. Like, it was just jumping. It's like, we know those aren't real. Right here, 15, right? 13,000 puts. That's where the market makers and the short sellers are all trying to get AMC to close that by tomorrow. Okay. Right here, this is what I'm talking about. So it's saying 3.4 million when yesterday it said 10 million and then it said 0. And yeah, I don't believe these are real at all. The one I'm going to be paying attention to is this week, right? February 18th, because also there's a lot of volume there, but remember that the fundamentals of AMC are improving, guys. So that can bring in some fundamental buyers. All right. Yeah, so that's all I really got for AMC, guys. I'm just going to touch on Lucid as well. The changes that are going on in the background are going to have to do with all the stocks. Okay. So, but Lucid was down negative 1.4%. Volume was 29 million. Not much. You can see that it lost the VWAP and it's trading under VWAP. So that is bearish. Okay. You see the bouncing around here. So it's trying to find support and resistance, right? It's holding this area, which is good right now. I'm not really playing any options on this. All I'm doing is trying to accumulate shares on Lucid because I believe in it in the long run. Okay. just after this bear markets, you know, goes past us and we can move on. Let's see if there's anything else. 1 hour. See, let's just take a look at the order flow real quick. So here we go. 141 versus 174. All right. So it was retail. Nope, retail looks like they were selling, and the other ones were 9.8 on the large, 7.74 on the large. So more money going out. That's why you see the downfall, right? But we'll see what happens next, guys. We'll see if we can bounce here at 26, right? Get some support so it can start moving back up. But we have to kind of wait till earnings for Lucid. All right, let me see when their earnings is, just so we can keep an eye out. So earnings is on March 30th. Okay. So that's still a while from now. Cool. Again, options chain for Lucid. We lost the 30 mark right here where we had the most. So yeah, there's not really many calls in the money. That's why you don't see a lot of support, right? Let's see the puts. Yeah, so all these started going in the money. 5,000 at 28, and then so you might, you know, Fridays are usually red, guys. So I'm gonna tell you right now to just mentally prepare for tomorrow, because it's probably gonna be more red as far as Lucid and AMC. Okay. All right, guys. Like I already talked about BBIG. It's not really doing much right now. It's kind of just bouncing around like the other stocks. There's a lot of uncertainty right now, right, in the markets. So you're gonna see big swings here, like we've been seeing. All right. Yeah, so that's all I really got for you guys today. Just wanted to give you what I think you guys need to know about what happened today, and what we need to focus on, right, which is the changes going on with the way the market is built, because it's not built for retail traders. We kind of have a lot of disadvantages, right? We know this, so that's what I'm looking for here, and I think that we're very close to the squeeze, guys. So just hang in there, do what you got to do, right? Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor like always, but what I've been trying to do is just average down, right, on AMC. Buy a couple shares here, a couple shares there when I see them real cheap. But yeah, right now, let's see what happens after hours, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. All right, tomorrow's video. Have a good day. Later.